Welcome to the live replay today, you guys. It is October 1st, which is fitting because we are going to finish setting up October in Ivy's bullet journal today. Let me just get everything set up on my end here. We'll get going. Welcome here, you guys. I'm just starting up. We're gonna keep working on October. Man, I was gonna post an Instagram story right before going live. Emily asked me if I could start doing that, and I had one and I saved it as a draft because I wasn't quite ready, and then now I completely forgot to post it. Whoops. Hello, hello. I'm doing well today. How are you? How should we do our brain dump today? We could just do like a big frame, some sort of frame. Let me think here. Could do a big frame. We could do just like some spider webs coming out of the corner. Oh, yay. Have you started it already? Well, I feel like if more people were here, they would be saying big frame, because people seem to like that kind of thing, turning something into the box, you know what I mean? Like, so let's just do that. Hey, you guys, welcome here. I'm just gonna do the brain dump here. $15, 2021, so that would be, well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, 10 day. Do you think you'll try to start it for like 2026 or something, or you just kind of play it by ear, see when you feel ready? Hey, Nicole. Haley, how are ya? Oh, nice, Helen. Aren't they cute, Stevie? I know, Ivy gave us the prompt Halloween. I'm really not a Halloween person, so I was like, okay, but we have to do like cutesy Halloween, not spooky Halloween. And so this is what we came up with. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna write brain dump in the middle here with maybe like just a little spider web or something. And I will outline this too. But I'm just trying to decide if I want to write brain dump in color or in black. The only thing is about choosing a font like this in a month where we have this marker is this one doesn't have a fine tip, so we won't be able to get that fine of a tip if I try doing the same font but in color, which is very minor, but just to keep in mind. Maybe I'll just do brain dump in black and then some little doodles or something. Oh, I know. It's a great shot of my grays whenever I get too close to color things in. Let's do a little web up in the corner here. Unique antiquing, yeah, that's it. Oh, bookish mama, I actually cannot stand pencil. Just nothing ever looks the way that I want it to look when I do it in pencil anyways. And then you have to erase it all, and sometimes the lines are still there, and it takes like twice as long because you do everything once in pencil and then once with marker. I just don't have the patience for it. And also I feel like I'm just a lot more skilled with marker than I am with pencil or even pen. Like that's the same reason why I never outline with pen first, is because I know it wouldn't look the way I want to. I just kind of keep layering markers until I get what I want, and then I outline it. Oh, you tried, Catherine? Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think anyone actually sent me a picture of theirs yet from last night. But I'm hoping that I get a couple yet. Yes, do try again. Because yeah, it's easy in concept, you know, like the shapes and stuff that we drew were very doable. But yeah, I totally get that. If you're not used to drawing every day, or just like regularly in general, of course it still takes practice to like, you know, just get comfortable with your strokes and your markers and whatever. All right, we'll just do that. I use a variety of markers for this theme. I've got 2 Tombos and a Zig brushable for the colors. Sorry, I'm trying to drink tea with one hand, so I only have one hand to hold those. Mostly these days I use Tombos, but I do love the Crayola Super Tips, and I do recommend those if you're just getting started and looking for an affordable set of markers. I love those. We're gonna move on to the calendar spread here. I wanna leave this as open as we can so that she has lots of space to write. So there are 2 calendar options that we've been doing. I'm just gonna start a 2-option poll and jump right into it. Just give me 1 sec here. 1 minute, 2 options, sounds good. So we've got two different calendar types that we've been using throughout this journal. Option 1 is this right here where we've got a black line along the top, no side outlines or anything, and then a stripe of color. So black line on the top and then stripes of these colors. That is option 1. We did that same thing in February. But then in March, we used this layout, which is option 2. So we would take our more neutral, like the darker brown, and draw a full outline of the calendar with rounded corners, and then use our colors for dots rather than for stripes. So those are the two options. The layout's going to be the same, check-in box, title, whatever, but black line, no sides is option 1. Colored full outline with dots for the dates is option 2. And I'll just flip through some other months so that you can see how they've turned out. For this month, we used option 1. For this month, we used option 2. For this month, we used option 1. For this month, we used option 2. For August, we used option 1. And then for September, we used option 2, which I can show you. And then now we're on October and option 1 for this month. I feel like this month was pretty much a wash. Like some months it seemed pretty obvious which one we should use, but this one you could do either. So I'm good with that. Let me just pull up my calendar here. What about bullet journal? Oh yeah, so you'll definitely want a journal with nice thick paper. The pages that I use, well, these are the journals from my shop. They're 160 GSM, and you can of course get whatever little personalizations you want if you like that kind of thing. The pages are super thick, so let me just show you a test that I did here. So this is one of my more like pigmented, you know, deep red markers. I did up to 6 layers over here, 6 layers of deep red marker and 0 bleed through. So as long as you're not using alcohol markers, these pages are really gonna hold up well for water-based markers, even like paints, like paint markers, gouache, watercolor paint, that kind of stuff works in here as well. You just need a nice thick paged bullet journal. October of 2026, we've got 3 dates on the top row. Does that match? Yes. Perfect. I just like to triple check because I'm so nervous after how many little dates, like little dating mistakes we've made in this journal. 3, 6, 8. So there's going to be 1 day on the top row on this side, and the rest will go down here. How many days on the bottom row? Okay, full row. Nice. This is just like the quickest way to do a weekly layout. This option with the black line across the top and then color, or sorry, weekly layout. I mean a monthly calendar. You made it, pretty fools. So Jacqueline, the weekly layouts are different in every custom journal that I do. You can kind of choose like what sorts of boxes and spaces you want available to you, and then we here on the live will find weekly spreads that will actually fit with what you're looking for, like have the right amount of space for the number of boxes you're looking for. So I can show you Ivy's weekly spreads in just a sec, but it's different in every journal, you know? Like I said, this is literally the quickest way to do a calendar. Like even with chatting, I feel like we did the calendar in like 5 minutes. Yes, Kate, this is a 12-month journal for Ivy. We're in October, which is month 10 out of 12. Let me show you the weekly spreads that we've been using for Ivy. Let me start with, was this the first? Oh yeah. So we've been cycling through 4 different ones. So January, February, March, April, we used each weekly layout the first time. In May, we started cycling through again. So this was our January weekly spread, which actually we ended up shuffling things around a little bit when we used it again in September here. We just shifted this box over so that we would have a bigger space at the top for our doodles that we wanted to include. But this is one of the weekly layouts that we used. Ivy specifically wanted a large notes box and a small calendar with the current week highlighted, and then a title for the month. So We just searched on Pinterest and found different weekly layouts that would fit all of those different components that she wanted. So this is the first one that we were doing. If you see one that you like, wait, who is asking about the weekly spreads? Jacqueline, if you see one that you like, you can let me know like which month, and I can tell you the spacing if you want to like write down the spacing or create your own like that. So this is one of the weekly layouts that we've been using for her. This is another one here, pretty similar, just kind of things are flipped around. And then this one here with the taller boxes along the bottom, which is the same one that we used back here in March. And then the other one that we've been using is this one for February. So we've been rotating through those 4 weekly spreads. But like I said, every journal, we just choose weekly spreads that like reflect what that customer wants. So it's always different. I'm gonna write the dates in here, and I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think I should do along the top and down the sides? Before you jump into the comments, please let me just describe this a little bit. So what we do every month is a title, some doodles, and a check-in box. So I already know that those things are gonna be there. Title, some doodles, a check-in box. What I'm asking is if you have like a certain font or a certain like type of doodle or whatever, and if you just say one word, I won't know what you mean. Try to be as descriptive as you can. I know it's hard in a comment, but when I get bombarded with like 80 suggestions and I see ones that just have like one word, I'm not going to even be able to pay attention to it because I just have to keep scrolling till I find one that actually like clicks in my brain with exactly what you mean, not just like pumpkin, because what? You know what I'm saying? 7, 8. So it could be like the type of font that you think we could use, like color changing calligraphy on the top, florals in the corner kind of thing, you know? And this is the theme. For those of you who are new here, this is our theme. So we want to bring in elements of this. So you can include spider webs. I would love to include more florals because we kind of brought that girly element into this ghost theme, frames, whatever. We're just looking for a way to carry that theme over onto a calendar spread with a big check-in box on the side. Okay, we don't need a mini calendar on this page because we got the big one. Empty frame, we could, yes. We just did that for the brain dump, but we can do it again. 425. Frame check-in box, frame ghost hold the frame. Thanks, Lily. Paige, I can show you September. Let's see. Here's what we did for September, Paige. The prompt was baby girl. So we've got a little clothesline with some baby girl doodles around here for the brain dump. And then we did this lettering, which is kind of supposed to look like those like birthday banners where you've got like fabric letters and they all have different patterns. So that's what inspired the lettering. And then these are the weekly spreads. I love this color palette and how these weekly spreads came together. One of my favorites. Ooh, dark brown calligraphy with florals in it. That would be cute. Colored month with black calligraphy through them. Oh, like, why do we keep getting weird accounts like this now? Block. Confirm. Okay, it says she's kicked out, but mute account. just double check. I feel like it takes a sec sometimes for the weird bots to get silenced. If she sends one more, I'm gonna need reinforcements because I think I blocked her. Okay, Caitlin tried too. It's like, how do they keep coming back? Is it the same account every time or is it different? You imported it too. Thank you guys. We could do that. Okay. I feel like, yeah, brown calligraphy could look nice with some florals kind of overlapping onto it. Let's start with that because, yeah, I don't think I want to use like this font for the big calendar title, you know, it just would be hard to make it big and still have the cutesy ghost vibe. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, Chase. Like, I don't even remember if the name is exactly the same. I wasn't paying close attention, but... Oh, you know what, Eeyore? It's because of Canada Post's strike. I had to move everything just to my website, RyleeAutumn.com. So yeah, sorry, the Etsy links are gonna say they're not available. I just had to pause them while I figure out shipping from Etsy without having Canada Post available to me. So if you just go to my website, RyleeAutumn.com, same prices, same whatever, like nothing is different. It just, I can actually ship with other vendors through there. Really, Laura? Oh, that's so weird. Oh, hey, Javaya. Yes, let me show you. We finished this one yesterday. Oh, yes, and Eeyore, don't forget to use the code livestream so that you get your discount. Also, I did have a couple orders placed between last night's live and today. So if you're here and you placed one of those orders, let me know so that we can personalize it for you. This is how the title turned out, and then we just did a quick little brain dump. I like the idea of doing brown calligraphy for October and then having some florals that kind of like overlap with it. So let's just do that. Hey. Oh, thank you, whoever got rid of her. What in the world? We've literally never had that until this week, and then like each day we've had it. It's so weird. Oh, Kenna, this is for 2026. This is a custom order for Ivy. So she's going to use it next year, which is why everything is blank. In my own journal, I just go 1 month at a time. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense though. I'm setting up October, so that's probably why it looks like this is just my own journal for the year, but it's not. This is October 2026 for Ivy to use next year. Oh, Pretty Fills. Zebra does have brush tips, but not in nearly every color. My favorite Zebra Mildliner colors do not have a brush tip. They only have a chisel. But I mean, the brush tips that they do have, I really like. They just don't have enough. So Bindia, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. The full custom where every single page is done for you, I only open one of these at a time, and I've got one currently in progress, so I can't open another one yet. But if you just want more like surface level personalization, I can do a cover design for you. This is all hand drawn. I can do charms for you. I can show you some that we did yesterday. Yesterday we did Melanie's order for Dominique, and she ordered a custom name page with hers as well as the charms, and then the cover design I'm going to do later. She wants 2026 on here. And then we also had another really cute one for Haley, who included her cats in her journal, and hers is going to say Mrs. Morris on the front. She chose these charms, and then she's got her little cats and a book. So the rest of the pages in this journal are empty. This is just ordering an empty journal from my website. I've got 4 different colors, and if you use the code livestream, I'm gonna give you a discount, and we'll pack it up for you right here on the live so that you can watch and choose your charms in real time and all of that. But these ones where every single page is drawn by hand, I'm honestly not even sure if I'm gonna have more available yet this year. It just kind of depends how things go with other projects that I have on the go. I do though have my pre-made journals that the pre-order for that is going to hopefully start early next week. I should say mid next week. All right, I'm going to outline all these flowers so that you can tell what they are and like what's going on, but I never like to outline first. Oh yes, I can do a flip through. Just maybe let me finish this lettering. Which I need to add black gel pen to the flowers, or black outline to the flowers, and then white pen onto the letters. Nice, Melissa. Christine, so the pre-made ones are printed into the journal. Every single page has been hand drawn, but I did it over on my iPad and then had them mass produced so that, you know, it's not just one journal for one person, so that more people can use them. So those ones, like I said, the pre-order is going to launch next week, and I can give you a flip through of that if you're interested. I do have it on my iPad here, so I can show you what all the different pages are going to look like and stuff, so that you know if you're interested in the pre-order. All right, we'll just add a little bit of detail to these flowers. The pre-orders will be for the pre-drawn journals, so the ones that I did all the drawing on hand, or by hand, sorry, on my iPad, and then they are printed in bulk instead of this where it's just one journal for one person, you know, and I can only take one order at a time. So those pre-orders are going to be starting next week, and again, I can give you a flip through of that in a moment here. Yes, I do leave blank pages, Em. So in a journal like this, I leave blank pages, but also in the pre-made journal, at the beginning of the year, there are 8 completely blank pages, and then there's also 6 blank pages, or pages that like have boxes and borders and doodles on them, but no like defined kind of parameters for the spread, so you can still use it for whatever you want. And then same with on the monthly spreads. There's a blank page every month, and then there's blank spaces throughout the month as well, to add different pages and spreads and stuff that you might want. Oh, see you, Paige. Thanks for joining for a bit. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you guys for all the likes. It really does help. I feel like we've already had so many like new faces come today, and I know that one reason that happens is when we get lots of likes. So thank you all. Okay. Ooh, vacation in Arizona. The theme is this little ghosts in frames theme. Oh, whoops. I just got condensation from my tea on a little paper that we did marker swatches on. So now I have ink on my desk. Just let me wipe that up. Oh yeah, sorry, Key. You won't be able to see them right now because while they're out of stock, you can't actually see the listing at all. That's just how Etsy has it, which is really annoying. But I was thinking of continuing the flower doodles on the letter, but I feel like that would actually look worse. So I'm just going to do some highlights on the letter. And then, okay. Now I'm forgetting. I know people wanted a flip through of this and of the pre-made journal as well. Yeah, so Eeyore, the price depends, your currency, if you're using a discount code, how many months you order, all that kind of stuff. So it's not a quick answer, but the quick answer is it will be hundreds, just, you know, for the number of hours that go into it. Okay, let's do a flip through of this and then I'll show you guys the pre-made journal. So this is Ivy's 12-month custom journal. We started off with this pastel galaxy theme. So yes, these ones, I open one at a time. They are in the hundreds and I do not know if I'll have any more available before 2026, just because of other projects that I have on the go. If I do, I will always post that information to Instagram first with like a countdown of exactly when the listing is going to go live and everything. And I'll talk about it here as well. So yes, for Ivy's journal, like I said, they're all different. Each customer gets to kind of build it themselves. So Ivy gave us prompts for every single theme, but gave us total freedom on how to interpret the prompts. So the prompt for this month was duckies and rain. And then she also chose her monthly spreads. So for monthly spreads, obviously she had a title. The prompt for this month was Hawaii. We chose to do the actual Hawaiian Islands. And then the monthly spreads that she wanted is a brain dump page, a 2-page calendar with a check-in box, just to check in emotionally, mentally, whatever, every month. A memories page with lots of open space to paste in pictures, journal about the month, whatever. And then weekly spreads. She wanted to have a notes box and a mini calendar, and the rest of the layout was kind of up to us. July, the prompt was mermaid. And this is the month that I was most nervous for, but I am so happy with how it came out. August, the prompt was birthday, and we found this little birthday card on TikTok here. Well, we found it on Pinterest. We were together here on TikTok, and that's what we chose to use for the birthday theme. Oh yes, so Prettyfuls, you choose when your journal starts. So if you order in March, you can choose for your journal to start in like July if you want to, or you can wait till the next calendar year. Oh yeah, the prompt for this one was baby girl. I think these are my favorite weekly spreads in this journal. And then the prompt for this one was Halloween, and we chose these cute little ghosts. And that is where we're at right now. We need to do this corner over here. I am thinking of maybe just doing another frame. And then, yeah, just like a frame with the heading and then moving on. So maybe let's do that. Maybe I'll do a big oval frame, like hanging from a little nail up here kind of thing. Let's do that. So we'll have the frame itself line up with the calendar as far as like the size of it. Oh, thanks you guys. Oh, right, the pre-made journal. See, now I just jumped right into this page without showing it to you guys. But I do want to show it to you because I'm just very excited to actually get them here and see them in real life. Okay, let me show you. Wait, it's not that far back, is it? Oh yeah, here it is. So I need to, sorry, tap into the stack and then zoom in on the pictures. So yearly spreads, there's a ton of yearly spreads. There's like 30 yearly pages. So you can do a little about me page here. You can doodle yourself, write down some fun facts about yourself. Got some page for writing your goals, some space for writing your goals. A little Tetris tracker, bookshelf, book reviews, movie log, playlist, some bingo sheets. And then, like I said, some blank pages that are still decorated but don't have a chosen topic. And then some pages that are just totally blank for you. And all of this was chosen together over on Instagram. So the first month, the theme that won the vote was this little cozy cottage theme. And so this will be your title page. Beside the title page every month, there is a blank page with just a border, and then you can turn that into whatever kind of page you want. You can just turn it into a quote page if you don't have anything that you actually like need to have. But if there's an extra like tracker or something that you want specifically for your life, you can do that. And all of these pages are going to be printed into an actual journal, just like these, like with the 160 GSM pages, the dot grid. These ones have 192 pages. These ones will have 224 hand-drawn pages to last a full year. So this would be on the left side of your page, and then this memory spread on the right side. Left side of your weekly spread. Oh, whoops. I tipped that over, and what did I do even? Oh, Procreate glitch. Let me get back in there for you. So yeah, it will all be printed to a journal for you. Let me show you February. So February, again, we start with a blank page for you. The theme that won the vote in February was bows. So these are the February spreads, and all throughout the month, you're gonna see open boxes that you can use for whatever you need. Same with like the weekly spreads, there's open boxes for you. For March, the theme that won the vote was plants. So in a lot of the months, you'll see just like this light gray calligraphy. And the idea there is that you can just like trace over it with a marker color of your choice and do your own calligraphy. You can do the fun, like making it kind of ombre. You can add white gel pen, whatever, to do your own calligraphy. There's the weekly spreads. April, you guys requested a tulips theme. We did the color your own calligraphy again. This is the calendar page for April, the trackers, the memories, and then the weekly spreads. Again, with lots of open space for you to use for extra tasks and such. May, you guys voted for a pond theme. So that's what we have here. The different little critter in the bottom of each of your weekly spreads. June, seashell theme is what won the vote. July, we had an ice cream truck theme. So there's the title and the calendar, left page, right page, trackers, memories, and then weekly spreads, left side of your weekly spread, right side of your weekly spread. And then August is one of my favorites. Ocean theme is what won the vote. So that's what we've got here. I love the calendar page with like August stretching across both pages and the little whales at the top and bottom. And then these are the weekly spreads. September, we did a sardines theme. So yeah, left side of your calendar, right side of your calendar, your trackers, your memories, and then every week you have a different little tin of sardines, and again, an open box for you, different little tin. And then October is a fun one. We did a little journaling at a cafe theme. So you've got your open journal here that you're setting up for October. And then we did lots of cozy little coffee doodles. And then everywhere that there's like an open spot for you to take notes, it's like you have a little mini journal to write on. November, we voted for a knitting theme. And the weekly spreads in this one are my favorite, with just like the days stitched on like that, and then again some open spaces for you. And then the final month, we did this gingerbread man theme that we loved in a previous custom that we put together on TikTok Live. So that's what we decided to do for December as well. We did the gingerbread cookie letters. And yeah, that is the pre-made journal, which again is going to be here next week, which I'm so excited to finally be able to like start pre-orders and everything. Aw, thank you guys. That was such a fun project to make. I'm already excited for next year's, like all the different pages and themes I want to do. No, this year the pre-made journals will not come in color. I am a one-man small business here, and I decided way too late in the year that I even was going to do pre-made journals again. I've done them years and years ago, but I took a big long break from all things bullet journaling really when I had my 2 kids, and I just got back into it this year and decided much too late in the year that, oh, maybe I should do another pre-made journal. So I didn't have time to make a colored version as well and have it actually be, you know, produced and ready to go before the new year. So I'm going to save that for next year. But that's definitely something that I do want to do in the future, is have a colored version as well for people who don't necessarily want to color all their own pages, but just want to have it completely ready to use. All right, I'm just gonna write check-in. Trying to decide if I want to write it over here or in here. I might do in here. Yeah, I was thinking around $50, in the 50s. Does that sound reasonable to you guys? Because that's what I'm trying to decide still. And the other thing I'm trying to decide is what to do for the pre-order kind of special. You know what I mean? Like with these empty journals, the pre-order special, I did 1 free customization. You know, like normally I offer 3 different kind of layers of customization. So you can do your cover design, you can do your charms, and then you can do a name page. And so when I rolled these ones out, the promo that you got for ordering early was just you get to choose one of those customizations for free. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do that same sort of promo again or something different. Yeah, the custom name page, I know, I feel like I might need to discontinue the custom name pages after the pre-orders. I'm really not sure, but for those of you who do pre-order, I definitely want that to be an option for you. Okay, we'll just do the check-in like that. Nice and simple. Bookworm, my Etsy is Rylee Autumn, but I did remove all of my physical products just to deal with this Canada Post strike. So right now, all of my products are only on my website, RyleeAutumn.com. But normally I am big on Etsy. White gel pen as a freebie. Oh, I'm trying to decide if I want to do white gel pen as a freebie. Okay, more importantly though, we need to decide what we want to do for our memories page. So let me show you. Oh, sorry, Urban SK11. I did not. I've been looking down mostly. So if there have been questions specifically for me that I haven't answered yet, please just ask them again. I'm not trying to ignore you. Most of the time I'm not looking at my screen. So I just genuinely don't see your questions. So we're doing a memories page, which needs to be mostly open. It basically just needs a heading with some doodles. So I'll show you how we have interpreted that in past months. So in January we did this, had everything in the middle. Yes, Skylar, you can still pre-order. I'm working with Purolator. Just Etsy only integrates with Canada Post. That's why I had to kind of put a pause on my Etsy stuff. But if you order through my website, it will never come through Canada Post. It will always be Purolator. Memories. One way that we've done it is putting everything in the middle of the page like this. Another way, we had a bigger title across the top with doodles around the border. I'm just trying to picture what would go well with this. You said frames to bring it back in. I feel like we have brought the frames back in, but we haven't really brought the ghosts back in, you know? So I'm wondering... Yes, I am in Canada. I'm wondering if we could incorporate the ghosts into here. But still, like, we want most of the page to be wide open, you know? Just trying to think if any of these specific ones, like we could just have like some ghosts and some flowers and do kind of a similar thing to this. Or this and just have little mini ghosts around the letters. Okay, let me think here. I think I'm gonna rule out this one. I don't think it would go well with what we're doing. In the empty books, there's 192 pages, Urban SK11. 192 pages in the empty books, 224 in the pre-made journals, the ones that I was just showing on my iPad. Okay, here we did it in the middle again. I'm trying to focus on too many things at once, but yeah, we could do, okay, so here we kind of did the same type as February. What did we do for September? Okay, I think I might just do something like February and have some ghosts, some spiderweb, some flowers, stuff like that. I don't think I'm gonna do frames just along one side. I feel like that just wouldn't look super balanced to me, you know, like if I did memories here and frames here, which I think is what you guys are saying, I feel like that just would look a little bit lopsided. So I think I want to do something where it's a little bit either concentrated in the middle or spread around the sides. So let's do it like February. And should I do the lettering the same as this? Maybe without the flowers though, because we'll have lots of like flowers and doodles around the side. Gail, it is based on weight, yes, but because like all of my orders are the same price, or the same weight, it ends up being the same, like a kind of a standard price. Okay. I like Nicole's idea. I don't know. I just feel like then it would be so small, right? A little sign with memories. Because if the memory sign is big, then the ghost needs to be bigger. I think I'm just going to go with the big lettering, I think. That sounds cute. I just, like, you know, I'm picturing, I want the word memories to be like at least, you know, that big. So if the sign's that big, the ghost needs to be bigger, which would either be straddling the middle of the page or taking up like the whole top half here, which would be really lopsided to me. I don't know if I'm going to do creepy lettering. It's cute, but I feel like it's not for this theme, you know? This theme is cutesy, not creepy. Okay, let's just do this. I'm just going to write memories in the brown calligraphy across the middle and then sprinkle some ghosts, some spiderwebs, and some flowers, all elements that we have already used. So we want memories, yes. let's have our little flower crown ghost somewhere over here. I'm gonna do the flower crown first. And then we'll do our ghosts holding the little flowers over here. I'm really leaning into the flower thing because I want it to be obvious that this is a cutesy girly ghost theme. And I really like the colors that we chose for this month. Okay, let's do a little bit of outlining now. And we'll have some little ghost arms holding those flowers. Stem sticking out, which will also be in green. And this little ghost is going to be kind of flying off the side of the page here. Skylar, I use a lot of different markers. Mostly for this theme, I'm using the Tombow dual tip brush pens. But yeah, I use a ton of different markers. If you're looking for like recommendations for yourself, I would definitely recommend starting with the Crayola Super Tips pack of 100. They're just way more affordable, and they're also much easier to learn with, especially for calligraphy and doodling and stuff. So those are what I always recommend as like kind of starter markers. And I still use them. I love them. I just have been very fortunate. I've been gifted a lot of like Tombows and stuff, which is why I use them. But you don't need to have such expensive markers just to get started. Oops, sorry. I just bumped the... Alright, and then let's add a few spider... Oh, sorry, the Crayola Super Tips is what they're called. Crayola Super Tips. I recommend the pack of 100. It has just such stunning colors. And it's super affordable, especially if you get like a back to school sale or something, but even if you don't. Very affordable compared to some of the fancier like brush tip markers. Cute little girly ghosts. Oh yeah, sorry Chantel, can the digital, trying to think, like, do you mean the full like digital planner for 2020, like that I released for 2025? I suppose technically it could, but all the calendars and stuff would be dated for 2025. So you'd have to write over every monthly and weekly spread. Like, that's not really what it's made for, but the habit trackers, if you're asking specifically about the habit trackers in there, then totally. Like, habit trackers are undated. You can use them for whatever you want. No problem, Chantel. And I know I said this earlier, but if you're here and you placed an order already, please let me know that you're here so that we can personalize it with you. And if you're interested in placing an order, we'll do all the personalizations right here on camera for you today and then ship it off to you. And the discount code is, oh, that was my timer to remind me to check for the puzzle piece because it got us again yesterday. Yeah, sorry. If you are interested in placing an order, use the code livestream. That's your discount code. And yes, we'll pack it up for you right away. Do all your personalization and stuff. Maria, oh my goodness, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? Yes, the pre-made journals will have personalization options. I may need to limit the number of custom name pages that I accept with the pre-made journals, but I plan to continue with the customization options. Oh yeah, no worries, Maria. Good, I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. The weather this week has been just beautiful, so I've been getting outside lots with my boys, which has been lots of fun. See you, Sierra. Thanks for joining. And thanks for answering questions about journals and stuff. That's really so helpful when I'm trying to like look down and draw. I can't answer that many questions. So I really appreciate that, Sierra. You need a moderator bonus or something. All right, and I'm just gonna take the light brown that we used for some frames at the beginning and just kind of do a like very loose frame border here. Thanks, you guys. Glad you like it. There we go. Memories page. Done. Which means we can move on to the weeklies. Just a sec, actually. Let me add some white gel pen on the letters. Almost slipped through the cracks there. Nurse and Coffee, the pre-made journal, pre-orders are going to launch next week. So next week is when they'll be available to you guys. Okay, let me think here. So for September, we did the weekly spread that was originally from January. Yes, that makes sense. We're on our last cycle through all 4 of our weekly spreads. So we did January's weekly spread again in September, except we did switch one small thing. So that means we are due to use February's weekly spread for October. Let me think here. I'm just trying to decide if I want to keep all the boxes or instead just do the like small header type of thing and then put the notes box in a frame. You know, I don't want to put all of them in a frame because that's going to get really, really tight. But I feel like bringing frames in would be nice, but if everything else is normal boxes, then we put frames here, I feel like that might look weird. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm debating, actually, I guess we could do a poll for this kind of thing. Let me just first think if it's worth doing a poll. So we could keep everything in boxes like this, regardless of whether we bring frames in on this side or not. Or we could, rather than doing the full boxes, just do the like smaller headings like that, and then do a frame for notes, and then something else over here. Only notes. But would that look silly with everything still being boxes, but then frames being in a note, in the notes being in a frame? I'm not doing frames all over. That's going to be way too crowded. She wouldn't actually have enough room to write into all of the days because some of these would be different shapes and sizes. The frames get thicker. I don't think that would work to do all of them as frames. So I'm basically just asking just notes in a frame or none of them in frames, but maybe bring frames in over here. Okay, maybe I should just do a poll because otherwise sometimes the comments I just get confused trying to, you know, oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Poll. So let's do a 2-minute poll. Let me come up with 3 options for it. Okay, so for context of the poll, we are trying to do a ghosts in frames. Oh, puzzle piece. Okay, this may force me to do a new poll, I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. I got the puzzle piece. Okay, so we're using the February weekly spread, this layout with this theme. So option number 1 is to stick with the boxes that we used in this month. Just have them all the days be normal boxes, and then we'll cross this bridge when we get here, whether it includes frames or not. Just keep this in normal boxes. Option number 2 is to switch these boxes. Actually, let's say option number 2 is to keep all the days as boxes. Of course, they'll be in different colors to match the theme, and then make this one a frame. So all of these are boxes. This one is a frame. And then option 3 is to ditch the boxes and instead do little headers like this. Like these daily boxes are the exact same dimensions. It's going to look just like this instead of boxes, and then do this as a frame. So option 1, we do them all in boxes and then possibly bring frames in here. Option 2 and 3, I wouldn't bring frames in over here. I don't think. Option 2 is to put notes into a frame and keep these in boxes all the days. And then option 3 is to put notes in a frame, but switch to these smaller headers instead of boxes for the days. So Nurse and Coffee, the ones with the inner pages personalized, I only open one at a time, and I really don't know if I'm even going to have any more open before the end of the year, just because of other things that are demanding my time these days. So fully customized journals, I wouldn't hold your breath, but if they are available, it will be announced here and on Instagram as soon as one is available. If you want more like surface level personalizations, you can get a gold foil cover design. You can personalize your charms. This is my own journal. I do all of the cover designs by hand with whatever little doodles you want. You choose your charms, and then you can also choose like a custom name page. And then the rest of the journal is open for you to do. So those are available in my shop, RyleeAutumn.com. Use the code livestream if you do decide to order one so that you get a discount. And we would do all that personalization right here so that you can be part of the process. Okay, option 2 was this in a frame, these all in boxes. Okay. So yeah, the full customs, I'm really torn because realistically I should finish this one next week, but it's just so hard for me to know if I'll be biting off more than I can chew by opening up a whole nother one right now, right before my pre-made journals are set to arrive and start their pre-order. You know what I mean? So I'm really torn about whether to open up a new one, but yeah, that's what I would say is don't hold your breath for one of these, just because I can't guarantee that there will be one. But the pre-made ones are coming next week, so that's a great option for that too. Oh yes, pre-made flip through. Why don't I do that before I start? I'll do a quick version because I already did one just a few minutes ago, but for those of you who weren't here for that, this is the pre-made journal, which every single page I drew by hand in Procreate here, and it's going to be printed into a physical journal just like these. Same nice thick paper. The only difference really is that these ones have 192 pages and the pre-made journals are going to have 224. So this is a full year journal. You've got like 30 some yearly spreads to plan your year. So you've got a little about me page, some goals, little Tetris trackers, and just like fun pages and practical pages at the beginning of the journal. And then I'll show you the months. Just kind of briefly here. We chose all the themes together on Instagram. So Cozy Cottage was the January theme. And again, this would be printed right into a physical journal for you to use as like a coloring book planner hybrid. So here's the left side of your calendar, the right side. It is undated, so you can choose if you want a Sunday start or a Monday start calendar. You can use it whatever year. Like if you don't get it right at the beginning of 2026, you can just, you know, use it a different time if you want to. These are the weekly spreads for January. I'll show you February. We did a little bow theme for February. So yeah, these ones, I was telling you guys the other day, because of shipping issues, these ones are arriving to me in waves. So I ordered more journals than I ever have, but I'm only getting a small amount of them in next week, which is why the pre-orders are going to start next week, but I won't actually start filling everyone's orders until the rest of the journals arrive, probably a week or two behind them. So the pre-orders will open next week, but I won't actually start packing them up here on live until the following week, or maybe even a week after that. I'm not sure. I also do have a whole week-long family holiday for Thanksgiving in there that I need to figure out how that's gonna look. But for lots of the months, you'll see just light gray calligraphy. And the idea there is that you can just color on top of it to do your own calligraphy. Tulips is the theme that was requested for April. May, a pond theme is what won the vote. I'm just going to show you guys the rest of the cover pages just for the sake of continuing on. But yeah, June. And we've got pages honestly very similar to the pages that are in this journal that we're currently working on. Like there's a blank page, which you could use as a brain dump like Ivy has. There's a 2-page calendar with an open space on the side that you can use for a check-in. You can use for your monthly goals, your monthly focus, whatever. There's a memory spread and a tracking page. I guess Ivy doesn't have anything for tracking, but September we did this little sardines theme. And yeah, all of the months have the calendar. I was going to show you, but then I clicked wrong. October, here, I'll show you once more in October. October is our little cozy journaling at a cafe theme. So again, you've got a blank page on the left that you can use for whatever you need. Title page on the right, and then your 2-page calendar with a space for notes or whatever you need, like a check-in like Ivy has, a tracking page, a memory keeping page, you can paste in pictures and stuff, and then your weekly spreads. And all of the weekly spreads also have an open box. You can use that to track your, you know, something on a weekly scale instead of a monthly scale, to write down your weekly tasks, your goals, whatever. November, we did a knitting theme, and I'll just show you the weekly spreads for this one because they're my favorites, with the little like stitched on daily boxes. And then December, we did a gingerbread theme with these fun little cookie letters that we did one time in a custom journal that we did here on TikTok Live. So that's the pre-made journal, and pre-orders for that will open next week. So that's another good option if you're looking at the custom journals, but not really holding your breath, because I really just don't know how much more of that I will be able to offer this year, if any. But yeah, those will be here next week. I'm so excited about the light gray Kellberg, like, because yeah, if you're not confident at all with calligraphy, then just outline it in the color you want and treat it like a coloring book. Like, you can just color it in and it will still look just like, you know, my bouncy calligraphy. But if you're trying to learn calligraphy, then that's also a great way for you to like practice tracing and identifying where the thick downstrokes go versus the thin upstrokes. I feel like that's my favorite feature that I added to this journal that I didn't include in my last journal. So yeah, let me see here. I should be counting how many weeks I need to do. Oh, right. So we included this week in September with the rest of the week over here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that we need to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that is what I did. So wait a sec. Oh, the spacing is always different because I remember. So 6.5, and then the spacing is always just 1 dot different if you're doing like the full boxes versus just the heading. And I didn't actually account for that when I did the top dot, but I'm just gonna shift everything downwards. Okay, yeah, so, or upwards, I mean. I want that there, and then that there. Six and a half, 13. 0 and 13. Oh, thanks, you guys. Custom name pages. I'm really hesitant to just give a solid yes, but I'm thinking yes, at least for the pre-orders, and then like everyone who pre-orders will kind of lock in their spot with a name page if they want one. But after that point, there will be no guarantees. Like, I may need to limit it. It really depends on just time, you know, like I've said before, I'm the only one here doing this, and it works just fine most weeks. I mean, it keeps me very busy, probably more busy than I would like, but I enjoy it, so it's all good. But on that one week when I launched these journals, I had so many orders that I couldn't personalize all of them myself and stay sane. So that was just a bit much. And I'm like, oh, is that going to happen with the pre-made journals? Because time is a very limited resource. I've got 2 boys, 3 and 1, and no extra childcare. So that is my top priority. And this is strictly a like nap time and when they're in bed sort of side hustle. So it's not something that I give a ton of time to, even though in some ways I would love to give it more time. In most ways, I just want to make sure I'm spending as much time with my boys as I can. So Natalie, I ordered 1,000 pre-made journals, which is more journals than I've ever ordered before. So in a way, it sounds like a lot to get rid of, but I feel like we can do it. So yes, they are limited, but it's not a limit that I think we're gonna like run into early, you know, like I'm hopeful that I can get rid of them all within like the year, but we'll see. Oh, thanks, you guys. Yes, Laura, they can be used for any year. Yeah. Oh, wait, is that supposed to go? Yeah. Susie, no, there won't be a limit to the pre-orders. I mean, other than just the fact that I only ordered 1,000 of them, or had 1,000 made. But yeah, there won't be, I'm gonna open up all 1,000 spots, I think, for the pre-orders. I think, I don't know. I've never done this before. That's just what my brain is telling me right now. Aw, thanks, you guys. So yeah, I feel like it will be good timing with, yeah, like people ordering gifts and stuff. Because personalized gifts are so fun. And I know what lots of people have been doing who do order them as gifts is like, yeah, they order it, but then they also like save the video where I personalize it and then send that along too so that people can actually watch their own journal be made. Which is just kind of a cool added touch. Jadalyn, I don't have a video with a little charms tour, but I can give you one. Like just a little charms tour right here if you want. I maybe should, it's just I keep getting new charms, so I feel like I'd have to make a new video like every couple of weeks. But yeah, I guess that's maybe even the bigger thing with the pre-made is I feel like right now I'm just kind of going with the flow. You know, if someone says for my name page, I want, you know, like Haley sent a picture of her 2 cats and she wanted a book and the exact colors that she wanted and stuff. And then for cover design, people are just kind of telling me whatever doodles they want. And I do each one like just specific to that order. But I feel like for the pre-mades, I'm gonna have to make some kind of like menu that you can choose from, you know, these theme options or whatever. Instead of just having things kind of more open-ended and you can pick whatever and then I determine how to design each one just one by one. I need to do all that streamlining yet before I actually launch them. All right, charm tour. I'll do a quick one here. So this is my current charm collection, but I literally have an order in the mail with a bunch of new charms that will probably be here later this week. So this collection is going to change in the next couple of days. The top floor here has my letter charms. So every letter at least had gold, white, pink, black, and then the little like heart locket letters. Some letters are like sold out of certain types, like D, for example, doesn't have any black or white left, but it just kind of depends on the letter. That's how they all start. Next one has some little accent charms, like these colored acrylic stars, little colored stones, and then these tiny little diamonds. The next drawer has some fruit up at the top. I've got my lemons, my strawberries, and then here are the mushrooms and these little leaf charms, which is one of the ones that Ivy has here on her journal. Then we've got these flowers in white and this kind of pinky red and a soft pink as well. A bunch of different size and shape pink bows. These gold little like streamer bows that match the cover design. I put one of these on my journal. Oh, one more little turtle left. A bunch of different seashells, starfish, sand dollars, pearls, that kind of stuff. I do have more of these butterflies coming because I love them. They also have white and purple, which will be coming later this week. Some ladybugs, some little bees, assorted moths. Each one is different. Then down here, this is from my very first order of charms. It was a variety pack, so I just kind of sorted them by color, and it's really random what you can find in each one. These paw prints have been some of my more popular ones lately. Pairing that with like a dog. I've got 4 different dog breeds and 4 or 5 different types of cats. I've got silver coffee cups, gold coffee cups, and then a flat coffee charm as well. A book tag, 3 different colored books. And then the bottom drawer is my pom-pom drawer. So I am currently out of the light green, as well as the baby pink and the light beige. But all of those and more are also going to be restocked in my next order of charms, which is coming this week. So that is a little charms tour, but it will be growing. I have like a little camera charm coming that I thought would work well for people who want to use it as a memory journal. I have like a lock and key as 2 separate charms that you could either put together or like do like best friend journals and one person have the lock, one person have the key, that kind of thing. I'm trying to think what else I have. I have some crosses. I have, maybe more flowers. I can't remember. I ordered a bunch. So the collection will be growing very soon, but that's what it is at this exact moment. Susie, there will be 4 different color options for the pre-made journals, but I haven't yet officially shared what they are. But there will be 4 different ones. The purple pom-poms are so cute, Nicole. Like, I love this little like light lavender. Whoop, drop that. Kind of matches our little ghost color actually. All right, let's keep going here with the weekly spreads. The first Monday of October is the 5th, correct? Yeah, we went to the 4th here. So I'll start with the 5th in this week. Did we go across for February? We have this little discussion every weekly spread. Oh no, see, in February we went down. And then when else did we use this theme? May, June it would have been, hey? June we went down as well. So that's what I'm going to do. Go down, because I know we've had this discussion every time we've done this weekly layout, and I guess we ended up choosing down. So that's what we're going to do. 9, 10, and 11. Oh, did I just do 26? Oh no, I just did 25. Let me double check this. Yeah, 26 is the last Monday. Perfect. Stamp on the dates. Hey, Emily. Oh my goodness. I saw your message. I made a story to post right when I was about to go live, but then I was like, oh, I need to do blah, blah, blah before I actually go live because I just got my boys to bed. So I saved it as a draft and then started my live and forgot to post it. But I am going to try to do that. I need to try to post on Instagram like right when I'm going live with the link so that people actually can click it at the right time. Just didn't quite nail it today, but I will try to do that. Thanks, Angie. Me too. They're such a time saver. Oh, yay, Alex. That would be so quick. I guess you're in Canada, hey, so they don't need to deal with all the borders and tariffs and customs stuff, so that probably helps. Oh yes, a flip through, sure. No, that would make sense now that I think about it, Alex, because within Canada and using Purolator instead of Canada Post, I feel like that does actually make sense. I just forgot that you were in Canada for a sec, so I was just pumped that it crossed the border that quickly. Angie, the stamps, they are my handwriting sold through a website called Contact Crafts, but they're currently sold out. We are just in the process of launching a bunch of new collections, and I don't actually have an ETA from them on when these will launch, but these will relaunch with the new collections. I just don't know exactly when, but they are, I'm done my part. They are in production, so hopefully soon. All right, we'll do a quick flip through. I'm going to take a quick sip of tea here and just give you a silent flip through to start. Someone else can narrate. March. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite themes so far, although I don't know if it's the favorite theme for me anymore. I feel like the last few that we've done have all been up there for me. August and September, and I really do like October, even though I'm not a ghost Halloween kind of person. I like the way it's looking. Yeah, March is a good one. May, we've got the little duckies and rain theme. Thanks, Jennifer. June, we have our Hawaii theme. July is the mermaid theme with the metallics and pastels. We've been using a lot of soft colors lately. We're gonna have to use something, well, not have to, but I feel like we should try to use something a little bit either like deeper or brighter for November, because we started the pastel train. Yeah, June was bright. But July, we used a really pastel theme. August was like very muted, which that's exactly the vibe that I love. And I would do my entire journal in only muted colors, but Ivy wants a good mix. So for November, we should try to come up with something a little bit deeper. September, very pastel, the little baby girl theme. November, yeah, I feel like it would be perfect for like a deep burnt orange or like a deep green or something, you know? These are my favorite weekly spreads in the journal. I love them. And then October, again, a nice little pastel cutesy theme. I don't know if we'll start November today. What time is it? 4:20. Maddie, this is a custom order for Ivy. That's my current client. This is a full 2026 bullet journal that we've been working on for the past month-ish, I think. Let's turn this into a frame here. So, let me see. I'm gonna thicken up the frame lines later with the other end of this marker. I just wanna do all of the thin marker stuff now, and then I'll go in with the thicker side. Oh, thanks you guys. Glad you like it. It's probably the most fun little side hustle there is, I'll be honest. I feel very lucky that this is my day job, aside from taking care of my, oh, I meant to just scroll down, not drag that down. I need to stop talking while I'm also trying to write. I'm gonna write notes over top of that, cover that up. It's so funny how all of those comments came in as I was messing up a page. Wow, this is so amazing. How, do you ever mess up? Yeah, I draw a random line in the middle of the page. I'm gonna let that dry for a sec. Oh, no. It's all good. I sometimes just get a little bit overconfident in my ability to chat and doodle at the same time. Her theme for November, that's a good question. I don't remember it, but I should check that out for you. I'm just turning my book so that I don't have to put any pressure on this page because I want the white gel pen to dry. So I'm just gonna twist things around so that I can do that even better. Aw, Scooty. You're going to mess up. But you don't need to be scared. I mess up even in other people's journals, which sucks, but I do. But the more you mess up, the more you learn how to fix your mess ups, and the more you learn how to avoid them altogether, and then soon you're not messing up as much anymore. Scooty, this is Ivy's journal. She's the client who ordered this one. I'll check her November theme since you guys want to know. Yeah, just glue the pages together if you really mess up. That's true. I had to do that once in this journal. Oh, the theme suggestion for September or November was just fall/winter. So I should message Ivy before we actually start doing it to see, you know, some customers like to kind of make game time decisions on the theme too. Like they'll just give kind of a general suggestion and then specify more when it actually comes time to do that page. But I will message her before we start doing November, I think. I'm gonna take a quick sip of tea. The potted plant fix was very clutch. And that was not my idea at all. What other fix did we have that really actually ended up making the journal better? We had another one that was really good. I don't remember. Dark leaves with red mushrooms would be cute. Okay, let me think here. So, oh yeah, birthday hats. Yeah, that worked. I feel like it didn't necessarily add to the theme, but it covered the mistakes. That was good. Trying to think of if I need to do, if I want to do November. That's the one, Sharon. That was good. I did this November theme in a previous journal that was a cute little teddy bear theme, and my November lettering started taking up way too much space. So since it was a teddy bear theme, someone was like, just put bear on the next line and make it November. And it worked really well. The blue dots in May, they did work, yeah. Okay, let me think here. Because we need to fit, before I do the lettering in here, I want to decide what we're going to do over here before I do the lettering here. So, what we need to do yet, let me show you how we've done this the other times that we've used this weekly layout. This is going to be a notes box. I just can't decide how I want to do the heading. I am also going to outline it, but I'll do all of my outlining at the end. So this is going to be this weekly layout, but with our current theme, which is little cutesy ghosts and frames. So in February, when we did this layout, this is what we did. We just had Feb. We need to include a mini calendar somewhere, but other than that, it's really open to us how we want to arrange the rest of the page. Okay, the other time that we used this layout was in June. So in June, February, we had more like scattered doodles around the heading and calendar kind of running down a middle strip. Whereas in June, we had the heading and calendar up at the top and then a doodle down below. What thoughts do you guys have for October with our ghosts and frames theme? Let me show you what else we've done so far in October. We could bring in this lettering and do like stacked calligraphy up at the top. Trying to think. Well, I want to hear your guys' ideas before I give all my own. Yes, Scooty. That's what I do. This is Ivy's 12-month journal. We've got 2 months left after this one. Oct in the middle. Let me think here. I'm going to read a couple more comments and then we're going to do a poll for how we want to arrange this side. I've got a couple ideas cooking myself and I'm going to read through your comments. And okay, same layout as June. I think Febs would make more sense with the ghosts flying up. Oh, the ghosts look like this. We've done ghosts so far there. And then on the memories page, we did our cute little girly ghosts again. Yeah, happy little girly ghosts. Okay, I'm gonna start a 2-minute poll. We could technically Eeyore, but to make things easier on myself, I keep the layout the same all the time. I'll switch up the doodle, but like, I'm not gonna do something completely different every week, you know? Let me start a poll here. Let's do a 2-minute poll and we'll come up with 4 options. So try to wait to hear the options before you cast your vote so that you can actually decide which one you like most. All right, so again, for background, we are doing this type of weekly layout, but with this little ghost and frames theme for October. We've already done the side part, we just need to choose what goes here. So option 1 is gonna be to have a smaller heading for October. Honestly, I would maybe crunch it all up in the middle here, like October in this font with a calendar underneath it, right in the middle, maybe that in a frame, and then just like ghosts and doodles from the month sprinkled around it. So everything very concentrated in the middle with doodles sprinkled all around it. That's option 1. Option 2 is going to be this kind of thing. October in stacked calligraphy. I'm thinking color changing because we've got some really cute colors here. And then a calendar, just plain calendar with some doodles underneath like that, like a ghost or something. Option 2, we could have, or sorry, that was option 2. Option 3, let's do stacked calligraphy again, taking up like the whole top half. And then on the bottom half, we would have maybe like 1 frame with the calendar in it, 1 frame with the ghost in it, and then a couple of spider webs. That's option 3. And then option 4, let's just do this style of calligraphy, nice and big and bouncy down the side. That's it. We'll just sneak the calendar in somewhere small, but that's the focal point. The doodles are in the letters. So that's option 4. Option 1, October in the middle, doodles around. Option 2, October and calendar at the top, doodle below. Option 3, October even bigger at the top, calendar incorporated into frame doodles. And then option 4, October running down the side in this font with the flowers going across the side like this. Those will be our 4 options. Sorry guys, it took me a long time to describe all of those. But the next option up from 2 minutes is 5 minutes, and I feel like that's way too long. Oh my goodness, a 3-way tie for option 1, 2, and 3? Really? I don't think we've ever had that happen. Okay, but Stevie is a moderator. She would have voted 1. Are there any other moderators that couldn't vote? I guess I could do a 1-minute vote with just those 3 options. Don't bother putting all your votes in the comments. It's not going to change anything. It's just going to flood the comments. I will do a 1-minute vote with 3 options to settle things here. Okay, so option 1. The same option 1 as it was before, kind of like this, but I would do October in this printed writing and a calendar right in the middle, and then fill the rest of the space with like ghosts, spiders, and flowers, the doodles that we've been doing so far this month. Option 2 was to do it more like June and have October in stacked color changing calligraphy at the top, calendar in the middle, and then a doodle underneath, a ghost or something. That's option 2. And then option 3 is to have October in even bigger stacked calligraphy, take up the whole top half, and then have the bottom half be the calendar in a frame, one ghost in a frame, and then like webs between the frames kind of deal. Those are the 3 options. 1, 2, or 3. Number 1. Alrighty. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to start with the calendar. Which has 3 days on the top. Yes, that's right. I'll be honest, option 1 was my last choice, but that's just selfishly because doing the lettering is my favorite part. Like, I like doodling, but I love lettering. This is the only one where I just get to do boring letters. But it's all good. It will look good. It's just not as fun for me to make because we're just doing thin printing. 3 would have been cute. 3 was my fave as well. But no problem. See you, Javaya. Thanks for coming. Then change to... Sometimes I do overrule, but only when I really have a good reason, not just I feel like doing more lettering and not a boring printed font. I do veto sometimes, but usually I try to only do a vote when I'm actually going to stand by it. You know, like if I have a strong opinion on something, I just go in and start doing it. It wouldn't be worth doing all those votes if I wasn't going to stick with it. All right, and then let's do... The stamps they're currently sold out. They are in production though, another round of them. I'm not 100% sure when they'll be available, but I will let you know when I know. Oh, Trashly. I can't even imagine being left-handed. I would have had to choose a different career path, that's for sure. Because yeah, I don't know how left-handed people do calligraphy. I wish I had words of wisdom for lefties, but I just don't. ASVP, this is for 2026. I think we're on track. We all checked it to make sure that I didn't screw up the letter or the numbering. So Janelle, alcohol markers don't really work in bullet journals because they just bleed through no matter how thick your paper is. So I use only water-based markers, mostly Tombows. This one that I'm using right now is a Zig brushable. And I've got an assortment of other ones as well. But yeah, I just kind of use what I get, but only water-based. Oh no, trust me. Sorry, I never know what to call people when their username isn't pronounceable. ASVTPTVL. Yeah, I panic every time I have to do dates because I've messed them up too many times. So we like triple check now. But yeah, this is for 2026. Italia. Lovely. I've never heard that as a name before. My sister is in Italy at the moment. Yeah, I agree, that is a pretty name. Well, husband woke up the baby. on purpose. His nap is supposed to end now, but I think I could stick around for a few more minutes to finish these weekly spreads, and then I should go. Yeah, my husband's gonna watch them for a little bit while I finish this up, and then I'll go up and hang out, make some supper. Don't know what to make yet, just it's kind of the name of the game these days. Pull out some kind of meat in the morning and then wing it when supper time comes. Claire, for custom journals like this, I only take one at a time, and I usually spend at least a month on each one. So I don't take multiple orders a week. I do take as many orders as possible of my empty journals per week, but these ones I just do one roughly every month. Oh yeah, no, I think option 1 will be fine. It's just my least favorite style to draw. Just because I like doing the fun letters. But it's fine. Same here, Italia. Ground beef. No idea what we're gonna do with it yet. Chicken tortilla soup. That sounds nice. I was thinking I would do tacos, but then I just got lazy at lunchtime and didn't mix any tortilla dough. So now I'm not sure. Now I feel like we might be doing like chili and biscuits or something, because I didn't prep any dough that would need to rise. So it's either got to be something quick like biscuits or some kind of like pasta or rice. Same, yeah, Angie. Well, okay, I've never made lasagna soup, but that's like the only thing that I like about cold weather is that I can not feel bad for making soup like at least once a week. Because soup is like my favorite thing to make. Because it makes such good leftovers, and there's like a million different kinds, but I don't want to make it often in the summer. Lasagna soup. Yeah, I haven't actually tried that one. Okay, I'm very ready to be done with the black outlines. This is the part that makes my hand cramp, all the little details. But we're almost there. Okay, there we go. Just let me do a little hand stretch. Oh, I forgot to outline every frame. Okay, I need to do that last because right now my hand just needs a break from that kind of stuff. So maybe I'm gonna add a little bit of gray to our ghosts. I realize I never actually did that on the calendar, which I do like to do. So let's just add a touch of gray to these guys. That sounds amazing. Steak is one thing that I don't cook a whole lot of. Okay. Do some green. And I think I might, hold that thought, maybe not. I was gonna circle the current week in green, but I think I'd like to see what the page looks like before locking that in. All right, we'll put some faces on these guys. All right, I'm gonna say this once more because I should probably get going pretty soon, but if you had placed an order with me yesterday or this morning and you want it packed on live today, please let me know that you're here. I will gladly pack it for you. Or if you want to place an order today and have it personalized on live, now's the time. I'm gonna be done pretty soon, so this is kind of last call if you're interested in having your order packed on live. I might do purple for highlighting the current week. If you do decide to do that, oh, did I miss a ghost? Please use the discount code livestream so that you can get your discount. And yeah, we'll pack it up right here for you. You can choose your charms, you can choose your cover design, your name page, whatever. And I'll quickly do it on live before I go come up with something to cook with ground beef. All right, I'm gonna do notes, just using kind of the one standard font that we've been using for this theme. And I need to outline that frame, I know. I'm trying to decide if I want to add any sort of sparkles or anything like that. I'm gonna sip some tea. And then outline my last frame, or my frames, all of them. Ooh, chicken Caesar wraps. That's a good one. I feel like what I really need more of is lunch ideas. Like, my kids and my husband are all home every day for lunch. And we just have either leftovers or the same like 4 lunchy meals on repeat, basically. But we like to stay out for our, like, we always go for a morning walk after my 1-year-old's morning nap. So it kind of leads us right up until lunch. So I really don't have time to make anything, because I just kind of have to get lunch on the table before they need to take their afternoon nap. But that's what I was just thinking today. Like, okay, these meals are getting kind of old. Gotta come up with some new lunch ideas. November's theme is just fall/winter is the prompt that I have from Ivy. I am going to just message her after this and ask her if she wants to clarify anything, or just, yeah, make any changes. If she wants like specifically, you know, like leaves and mushrooms kind of deal, or if she's open to any interpretation of that prompt. But so yeah, we aren't going to start on fall today because I do want to hear back from Ivy just in case she has any specific requests. Mini pizzas, I have done that a couple of times, but it's not like a go-to for us, but that is a good idea. Both my boys love pizza. Bagel pizza. Okay, one of my, baked potatoes. Okay, I never do anything that long for lunch, you know, but I do love making bagels. And then, yeah, I make a big batch and do like bagels and eggs, bagel sandwiches. Never done pizza bagels. That sounds, or bagel pizza. That sounds good too. Yeah, breakfast sandwich is one of ours. Like we do the whole like back bacon and eggs and whatever on English muffins. That's one of our regulars, which I love. Loaded baked potato for lunch. Okay, yeah, I feel like I need, maybe in the winter months when we're not out for a walk right before lunch, but just, I don't really have enough time to cook, to like bake potatoes between our walk and nap these days. But I feel like in winter maybe I could. Snacky lunch, yeah. I would do snacky lunch way more often if my husband wasn't also home for lunch, but I feel like I need to do like a full, you know, I feel like meals are just different when you're feeding a 6'5", 200-pound man and not just yourself and two babies, you know? Finish off my tea. Let me give you guys a flip through of the journal so far. I'm trying to decide if I want to add anything. I think I might add a box around here or something. I just feel like we need a little bit more color on this page. Ooh, baked potatoes in the crock pot. I've never tried that before. I used to sometimes do them in the air fryer, but then my air fryer broke, so that's the end of that. Yes, Kaylor, this is 2026. I know, I've had a couple of people say that now. That the calendar dates are wrong, and that's because this is a full custom journal for Ivy to use in 2026. So let me show you where we're at, and then I'm gonna go come up with something to make with my ground beef for supper. And this is last call. If you're one of the people who placed an order between last night's live and today, let me know that you're here so that we can personalize it. Or if you want to place an order, last call to have it personalized today as well, don't forget to use the code livestream. So for January, we did this little pastel galaxy theme. These are the weekly spreads that we did for January with a different little space doodle every week. And then for February, the prompt was Valentine's desserts. So that's what we have here. And these are the February weeklies. A full year like this will usually take me about a month. And we do it all together on live. So it's usually 2 to 2.5 hours a day, 4 days a week. I'm not totally sure what you mean, Nicole. I'm gonna finish out the year. So probably 4 for 1 month and 5 for the other, I'm guessing is what's left. May, the prompt was duckies and rain, so that's what we have for our May theme. And then June, the prompt was Hawaii, and I should say, so yeah, this is for Ivy. It's a 12-month journal. Every customer gets to choose all of her weekly spreads and stuff. Or all of their spreads. Sorry, I'm reading a comment while I'm talking. So Ivy chose a 1-page brain dump, a 2-page calendar with a check-in box, and then a 2-page memories page to paste in pictures and stuff. These are the June weeklies. July, we did this little mermaid theme, which I'm very pleasantly surprised with how this one turned out. August, the prompt was birthday, and we found this cute little birthday card on Pinterest that we turned into our cover page. Memories page, weekly spreads. September, the prompt was baby girl. So we did this fun little lettering that's supposed to look like a fabric birthday banner. And then these are my favorite weekly spreads in this journal. They're just so like soft. I love them. And then we just finished October. The prompt for October was just Halloween, and we, of course, as usual, did like a little vote and search Pinterest for ideas, and we landed on this Ghosts in Frames theme. So this is our cover page and our brain dump, 2-page calendar with a check-in box, memories page, and then these are the weekly spreads that we just finished. So yeah, that brings us to the end of Ivy's journal. So far, we have November and December left to do. And we are gonna start on November tomorrow. I plan to be live twice, wait, is tomorrow Thursday already? Okay, once more this week. So we'll at least have time to start November. Not sure if we'll finish it this week, but either way, we are very, very close to the end of this journal. Let me bring you guys down for a sec here. So yes, I do plan to be live again tomorrow in the evening, but I will post on my Instagram story letting you know like what time and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you are interested in placing an order, don't forget to use the code livestream. We'll personalize it for you right on live. You can choose your little cover design, your charms, and your name page and all of that. And yeah, if you like to know in advance when I'm going to be live, you can follow me on Instagram to see my updates about that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys very much for joining the live today, and I will see you tomorrow to work on November.